report, going on to the dairy cows. Those are canners and cutters, they call them. Then the bulls. Then our Beeler market. This is a very important one here because we have some of the best Beeler markets in this area, as you'll find any place in the United States. From that, we go to our lamb market, and, of course, Kentucky spring lamb is noted throughout the United States. We catch the egg market report, the poultry market report, and wind up with the grain market report. These will just illustrate the different things, the commodities that are of basic importance to farmers here in Kentucky and southern Indiana. Our daily features are designed to be of interest to both farm and city people alike as much as possible. We have subject matter specialists on the program, interesting people, and demonstrations such as flowers and lawns and shrubs and gardens, and as well as best buys for consumers. Speaking of interesting people, one of the most recent guests was the governor of the Farm Credit Administration in Washington, D.C., Robert B. Tuttle. Our farmers have learned that they use credit just like a tractor or any other tool on the farm. So they borrow a whole lot of money, but they pay as much of it back as they can, too.
Well, this is true. The modern farmer takes a businessman's view of credit.
Mm-hmm.
If he feels that he can make money by using more credit, he borrows more. This is, of course, if the lender also shares that view, you see.
We take our camera to the field with us. In fact, it's just standard equipment when we go to the country. On a recent field trip to western Kentucky, we covered a demonstration on timber management, showing our audience how to use a chainsaw in felling trees, emphasizing the safety factor in using chainsaws. These little machines can be pretty vicious if you don't use them properly, but they're very good instruments to use in the woodlands. Taking out trees which should be harvested for lumber. This is just one illustration. We could just as well have shown you a livestock show or a livestock demonstration, or how to plant corn to raise 100 bushels or 150 bushels to the acre, or how to take care of a burley tobacco crop. All of these things are of vital importance to Kentuckiana farmers. The funny thing here, when this old boy felled the tree, it didn't fall just where he wanted it to in spite of the wedges, and it landed up in the top of another tree. Timber! Of course, we like to perform in places where we and our TV cameras can see and be seen. Places such as the Kentucky State Fair. Here's a short bit on our last state fair. We have a $16.5 million fair plant here in Louisville, and we like to show up out there as much as possible. Of course, we have thousands and thousands of people going through the fairgrounds every day, and this is where we like to be, where the people are. We'd like to introduce our associate in the farm department, Ray Adams. Ray has been with us over a year now. He's an experienced horticulturist. Fact is, he operates his own greenhouse, but he's also a well-rounded person in his scope of knowledge. He can do a program on livestock or crops just as easily as he can do a demonstration on how to do a better job of growing houseplants. Ray is a valuable man, and we certainly appreciate what he can do to add to our listening audience's pleasure. About myself, I came here in 1952, been here 13 years now at WHAS, and they've been very pleasant years. We came from Oklahoma, grew up out in what they call the shortgrass country in western Oklahoma on a wheat and cattle farm. But since we've been here in Kentuckiana, we've learned a lot about burley tobacco. Fact is, we had to learn a lot about it because this is the chief cash crop of this area. It's a real pleasure working here at WHAS TV, handling the farm detail, and working with the people that we find here. They're wonderful folks. Well, I think that'll give you just a brief rundown there on how we operate and how we try to earn those awards Jim was talking about there a while ago. Jim?